Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekha Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that continue to rule very well to this very day. That is continually feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and also Shalom to the hopeful elect that's continually plowing in his work, and give it diligence to make your calling and election sure, and faith, truth, and sincerity, and also in all charity. Shalom. Now, topic of this video, I'm going to entitle it as No Pain, No Gain. All right. And this is, something that's been on my spirit as of late concerning, the trials and the things that we go through in order to receive salvation, because contrary to popular belief, the people think is a cakewalk into the kingdom. They think they don't have to do anything at all to receive salvation or to receive a reward in general, in which the reward that we're looking for is the kingdom. They're not looking for these kinds of things, because really, how we tell if somebody actually believes in the kingdom or believe they're going to receive the kingdom and receive the reward of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, they have to believe. You really have to have faith. And the only way that your faith is shown by works. All right. And it was one thing to say, you believe, but it's another thing to say, or it's another thing to actually get into it, and on top of believing, because it's like two things are supposed to go together. You can't have one without the other. I can't think of a good example of it, but you can't have one without the other. You can't have faith without works, and you can't have works without faith. You have to have both faith and works. They both work hand in hand with each other, because your works show your faith, like we're pursuing the book of James. Okay, but pertaining to this particular topic, basically, how are we going to receive this reward if we don't endure anything? If we don't suffer anything, just like you want to get results out of a gym, right? If you go to the gym, and you just go there to just walk around, look at the weights and look at the treadmill, just walk around and then just walk back out, and you got yourself a membership and everything. You say you're gonna go, but you go there and you don't do anything, man. So how can you expect any sort of results just walk into a gym and to look around and walk out? Are you gonna build anything? Are you gonna build any sort of muscle just walking in, looking at everything and walk out? No, you're not. Same thing with this truth. If you just say you believe without going through anything, then how are you going to receive the kingdom? How are you going to receive the reward? And that's what we have. That's the mindset that we have to have, especially speaking for myself. When we constantly bring out videos, that's the reward that we're looking for, and not only that, just to edify Yahweh, the body of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, to edify the members of the hopeful elect, because by doing that, we also save ourselves. All right. People don't get that. They think that, oh, well, I'm just gonna, you actually had a guy that say that, man. They say that, I'm just gonna do this, and if the Lord, if the Lord just used me to wake up the elect, and so be it. I actually heard a guy say that, and guess what? The Lord did that. He used him to wake up some of the elect, and he got kicked out. He left. All right. And I mentioned him before, but I'm not gonna bring his name up. I'm not going to bring him out of the grave. He's pretty much done now. All right. I'll give you a hint. He came out of Chicago. He left, or he got kicked out of Chicago camp. I'm not going to bring up this dead man's name, But, he actually said that, man. But, hey, once again, it just goes back to us having to endure, and that's one of the main key points in this truth, endurance. It's a test of endurance. It's a test of mind, and a test of spirit. All right. This physical body, we have to face this physical body as well. The flesh having to deal with infirmities, sicknesses, illnesses. So, this is a fight, man. All right. This is a fight to the death. and we're fighting for life right now. All right. You hear about these other fights, stuff like that. But man, when it comes to this truth, this is the ultimate test of the spirit. All right. And rightfully so, man. This is the perfect way for us to face the wickedness. Basically to face everything that's against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and a chance for us to be delivered. A chance for us to be delivered out of this hellhole, this place, which is Babylon the Great, which is America. And what perfect way to do that by putting us through this test. All right. But not to get too far off topic. This is the topic of the video. No pain, no gain. So I'm gonna start off with the book of 2nd Esdras, the 7th chapter, and the 11th verse. It says, "Because for their sakes I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done." Right. So once Adam went off, which we already know who Adam was back in the reincarnation. So when Adam went off, guess what? That pretty much sowed that evil seed of wickedness, which is in the same book, in 2nd Esdras. It speaks about that, how that grain of evil seed was sown. So now, this is what you see. This is the result of that evil grain of seed, or that evil seed of wickedness being sown. This is what it produced. Okay? But it says, "And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Then were the interests of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils, and very, very painful." Right. So now the interests of this world is made narrow. Now, back in the ancient world, actually, it's going to go further into that in the next verse. But like it says, the interests of the world were made narrow, full of sorrow. What the interest is now is made narrow, full of sorrow, travail, and they are but few and evil, and full of perils, and very painful. So now the interest is very narrow. All right. This is going to the straight gate. Actually, Lord's will, let me grab this next precept. It's Matthew the 7th chapter and the 7th chapter and the 14th verse. Is because straight is the gate. And actually, let me start at verse 13. It says, "Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be that find it." All right. And many there be which go in therein. Because, I mentioned this before, when I was with the brothers, that you got this modern day Christianity, which everybody and their grandma is subscribed to, and it's known, and it's fact that Christianity, modern day Christianity, is the number one religion in the world, which the majority of the world is stating that they are subscribed to modern day Christianity. So if that's the case, then of course, would that not lead to destruction? Yes, it does. Because it says, broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be that go in there. All right. Because modern day Christianity is not according to the Bible. All right. Everything that's being taught in these modern day churches are not according to the Bible. It's common knowledge right now that that's the case. All right. Because the doctrine of the Bible is clean contrary to what was being taught in the modern day society. All right. Because what modern day Christianity tells you, teaches you that there is no restrictions. There's no rules. You can do whatever you want to, and you're okay, without facing any sort of repercussions. But here we are, the men of the Lord, telling you that what you're doing. I'm talking about 2/3 of our people, right? We're here to tell them what they're doing is wicked, and they're going to be destroyed. All right, point blank, period. So it says, verse 14, it says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Right, so it's only a few out of, actually it's going to be only a handful of individuals out of the nation of Israel, which is the 144,000, is going to find that narrow path towards life, and is going to pursue that path and stay on the course no matter what. All right, and guess what? It leads to life, like the scriptures say, man. All right, now continuing on at verse 13 in 2nd Esdras, the 7th chapter, it says, for the entrances of the elder world were wide and sure, and brought immortal fruit. That's right, because the entrances of the elder world, right, the ancient world, they were wide and sure. You want to know why? Because our people were closer to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, than we are now. Because guess what? Back in the ancient world, you had the prophets that were there, ancient men that were working miracles, and then you had Yahweh Shai, who these people here called Jesus, that were actually there in the flesh, that was with the disciples, that was with the people that believed in him, believed his works. So they actually had the Most High, and they had his son with them during that time. So the entrances of the elder world were made wide and sure. All right, everybody, not only everybody, but the whole nation of Israel knew the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Unlike today they call on Jesus. All right, they call on not Chesray, they call on Serapis Christus. All right, they don't call on the name of the Heavenly Father, because the Heavenly Father has taken that name away from them. All right, just like the scriptures say, it says, now the entrances are made narrow, full of sorrow and travail, and painful. Okay, verse 14, it says, if then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. Right, so we don't labor to enter into the straight and vain things, the things that are painful, the things that make us want to just lose it, or make us, I want to say depressed, but yeah, in this current society, we are depressed, man. But the things that are painful, and the things that are full of travail, full of tribulations, those things that we labor into. All right. But it says, if then they that live labor not to enter those straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. So we don't go into these things. We don't go through these certain trials and tests, that we're not going to be able to receive the things that are laid up for us, which is the kingdom. All right. Verse 15 says, now therefore, why disquiest thou thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man? And why art thou moved, whereas thou art but mortal? All right, and I believe that's it on that. I want to grab another precept. That's like it. It's like it. Bear me for 1 second. Yeah, I'm looking for a particular scripture where it says, I have overcome the world. If Lord's will, I can find it, but I'm gonna try to speak on it while I search for it. Because Yahweh Shai was the here it is. as I was speaking with Wadi Yahweh Shemel Shai. But just to speak on it, since it came to mind before I read it, Yahweh Shai basically was the first one to go through these things in the flesh as himself. And guess what? He conquered it. He passed the test. He did what the Father asked him to do. He finished the course. He accomplished the objective. So guess what? He received his reward, which is what? He's seated at the right hand of the Heavenly Father. And now he has received his kingdom, which is given unto him by the Heavenly Father. All right? Now guess what? We got to go through those same things so that we can also receive the kingdom as joint heirs. Because Yahweh Shai is going to be the one that give us the kingdom. All right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and read it. This is the book of John, the 16th chapter. And I skipped it. All right, it's verse 33. Right, verse 33, it says, these things I have spoken unto you that in me ye might have peace. And that's right, we have peace in you. This is the only thing we have peace in is in Yahweh Shai, man. All right? There's nothing else that we can find peace in. You can't find peace in money. You can't find peace in a job, like a so-called good paying job. You can't even find peace in your woman. All right? You can't find peace in the church. You can't find peace in your own household. The only peace that you can find is in Yahweh Shai, man. All right? While we're in this life. So it also says, in the world, ye shall have tribulation. Right. So in the world, the current age that we're living in, we're going to have tribulation. All right, which I'm pretty sure that word world goes back to aeon, which means an age or a time. All right. But guess what he says? It says, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. See? Because Yahweh Shai is the forerunner. So if he overcame the world, guess what? Through Yahweh Shai, we're going to overcome the world. And we're doing that right now through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. All right? So what more can you ask for, man? This is a beautiful thing that we're involved in. And also let you know the gravity of what we're also involved in, man. People don't understand, what was the dynamics of this thing of ours, man. Okay? But that pretty much wraps up this video and this lesson. And Lord's will is edifying to the body of Yahweh Shemel Shai, to the members of the hopefully elect. Until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodesh. And also double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that continually rule very well. Shalom, peace and safety, salutations to the hopefully elect that's continually planning his work and giving diligence to make your calling and election sure in faith, truth and sincerity, and also in all charity. And with that, we'll say shalom.